Just wait. Check with your the strength, or what do you call as region. The region is same, right?
Yeah, the region is East US.
Okay.
Actually, Citizen, you can try migrating the region to West US and then it will work.
Where?
The
Yeah,
Where?
I think the East US regions are full now. I
yeah,
tried
Acha.
with West
Yes.
US, it worked.
Acha. So,
So
Saurabh, how do I go to West US?
you have to delete this instance and then create a new app service plan and then there you can select them.
Acha, I have to
Okay.
create new app service plan, kya?
Yeah,
You,
definitely. You have to delete this.
Okay, okay. Cool. Thank you.
how come East US is full?
Because we are 22, so I guess it only allows 10.
Yeah, it only allows 10.
So you guys are sharing the same this thing. What do you call as group?
Probably. We don't know.
I don't think so.
No, subscription we have, we're all in the same subscription. So.
That's a tenant, That's a different thing altogether. Anyway, create a new one. Manjot, you can try from your end also. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys seem like very far away from your mic.
Kshitija, your app service
Yeah.
plan?
Yeah.
App
Oh,
service plan. That is
yeah. Just a minute.
so long. It's right.
Yeah, it's West. Am I supposed to create new one here?
No, that's a
Yeah,
Windows
the
plan.
previous one which you created was for East US, so that won't be visible here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Create
West.
new.
It's
You
West,
have
right?
create new below.
Just click on
Create
create new.
new. Okay.
Oh, now it took premium. No, review and create. Review and create.
Field.
Oh my God.
Okay, so West US is also full.
Congratulations.
I've used West US too and it worked for me.
अच्छा, West
So
US
try
too
it.
क्या?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
You're late.
Try
yeah,
it.
after East, everybody went for
Kshitija, you are
West.
late.
So
West US full ho
we
gaya.
Now
need to
you
try
can,
some other reverse.
yeah, you can go with West US too, so that it
That's
Go
VIT
fast.
guys,
Change
Yeah.
remember
change
our
that.
FFCS days.
So true.
Relatable.
Yeah, this is like Tafka subscription.
yeah, okay, it's done. Yes.
congratulations.
No,
Yes,
don't
thank
declare
you.
it right now. Wait.
Lol.
Don't celebrate.
Yay. Manjot, did your work?
Uh, I think so. Let me check. Showing no, it's still going on.
Okay. So yeah. Yeah,
So yeah,
it's
it's
done.
done. Now you can celebrate.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's done for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone seems happy, after Kshitija.
Like, everyone is so sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, if it didn't happen, then it will have, we need to wait. Then, the lab will take time. So that is the reason people were like, let's finish this thing so that we can move ahead. Right, guys? No one is saying yes. Okay, Abhishek Anand, let's take it ahead.
Yes.
Abhishek is your first name and Anand is your like middle name or surname?
Uh, no, it's like just middle name. My parents gave me my title is Jha, but they didn't give me their title. I don't know why.
Okay, I know that. I know the reason behind it. Don't worry. We'll keep it offline. If you want, we can connect on WhatsApp.
Sure.
Okay. I think this is clear. The Azure Cloud Shell. What are the different execution policy and how are we taking it, right? So let's move ahead. Now let's create a web app. Okay. So you guys can create a web app and you can start working on it. So you have any one minute. Do you have any HTML with you, or you can create anything from scratch? Yeah, what's the command for making any, if I want to make a directory or create a directory, what's the command for it? Any idea?
ADIR.
ADIR. Okay. So so we can create a web app with with this portal as well as with the Azure CLI and the local Git. Okay. So we can create it via local Git deployment source also. So there's an option for that too. Okay. Let us quickly start working on the deployment. So here, let's minimize this. Abhishek, yeah. Okay. Okay. So let us first explore the options on the portal end. So in this, you will find there are multiple blades. Okay, each blade has its own, request or process. So we have this deployment blade. There's one, common blade, a general blade, where you have the overview, the dashboard, the activity log, the tags, and the security events. All those things have been provided. It's on a general stuff. Then we have the deployment area. Now, what exactly is the deployment? So when we talk about the deployment area, so how you're going to deploy the thing. So remember we have discussed that we have two deployments. So we can have production and we can have the production slot where we can deploy the things, and we can have a testing area, okay, where we can test the things and upgrade it. So now this is what I was talking about. So if you're using free one, so there's a challenge with this deployment option. If you want to add slots, you need to have a standard or premium plan. Clear? What we have is a F1. Anyway, so we'll come back to that. We'll change the plan. Now, talking about the deployment center, so we have this deployment slot. Okay, deployment slot is basically, it's an environment that we are using, okay, that we are trying to configure. Now, when you're creating a web app, guys, so what are the areas that you're targeting? So let's say if I'm creating a web app on a normal server, not on the Azure. So what are the things that I'm trying to, look out for? Yeah. Any idea? Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So what are the things that we are targeting when we are creating a web app? You guys have created a web app, previously in your projects in any, requirement in the college areas. So what are the things that we are looking out for? Yes, guys. So what are the things we are targeting when we selected this Azure App Service plan? So remember we have talked about, how we can share, where there's a term called as shared compute, dedicate compute, isolated, then talking about the consumption part, where there are different options which are coming up. Remember, yesterday we have discussed about it. So in dedicated, so when we talk about shared compute, okay, so we have this free and shared, the one that we selected. Dedicated, we have basic, standard, premium V2, okay, these are the one, and then we have the isolated. So these are the pricing tier that we are selecting, okay, when we are talking about the whole app service part. Now, for any app, okay, one of the major thing is how your app is running and how you're able to scale it. So creating an app is a different thing, okay? But one of the major thing is like how you're running that app and how you're scaling it. That is one of the most important concept. So in free and shared tiers, okay, the one that we have selected. So the app receives, CPU minutes on a shared VM instances, and we cannot scale out, in other tiers. So whenever we are creating an app in an app service, it is actually put into an app service plan. Okay. So when the app is running, it runs actually on all the instances, all whatever instances we are having, the VM instances configured in the app service plan. So if there are multiple apps, okay, which are coming or which are in the same app service plan, so they are shared or they will share the same, they are sharing the same VM instances. Now, in this scenario, if let's say if we have multiple deployment slots for an app, okay, so all deployment slot, the slots are, they are also running on the same VM instances. So in this way, what is happening? The app service plan is the, basically the scale unit that we are targeting. So the app service that we're using. So that is the reason, when we were trying to select the deployment slots, it is showing us that you need to go for a, either a standard or a premium one. Okay. There are certain questions which are coming up when you are deploying this app service, especially on Azure part. Okay, when you're creating the app. Now we have created the app. Okay, now let's say if I want to add more capabilities or features. So again, the app service plan is something we can target over there. Okay, which can help us to work on the process. Now, how can we deploy a code to the app service? So let's say if I want to deploy a code to the app service, how can I deploy it? So there are two basic deployments which are being supported. One is the automated deployment, and second one is the manual deployment. So these are the two deployments which are supported, you know, in your app service area. So automated deployment is like a continuous integration, or like automated deployment, or you call it as a continuous. It's basically a process, okay, which is actually used to, push out new features and bug features, whatever it is, like bugs and all, and it checks it regularly. So it's an automated feature, and it has minimum impact on your end user. So when you talk about Azure, so Azure supports automated deployments directly from several resources or several sources. So there are options like Azure Devops where you can target it. We have GitHub and there's a Bitbucket. Okay, these are the areas that we can use. So DevOps is where we can push the code that we have to Azure DevOps, which was previously it was known as a Visual Studio Team Services. So now it is known as Azure DevOps. Okay, so earlier it was known as Visual Studio Team Services. So in this area, what we can do is we can build the code in the cloud, and we can run the test. We can generate and release the thing from the code, and finally we can push the code to the Azure web app. So we can do it over there. Next is the GitHub. GitHub is where the Azure supports automate deployment. Okay, and it is directly. So Azure is supporting the automated deployment directly from GitHub. So whenever we are connecting, the GitHub, the login, our GitHub to, the repository, or we are connecting to the GitHub repository to Azure for automated deployment. So any changes that we are trying to push to the production branch or GitHub will be automatically deployed. Okay, so it is getting automatically deployed over there. So that's a GitHub deployment part. And the next is Bitbucket. Have you used Bitbucket, guys? Anytime? GitHub, you are aware, right?
Yeah.
I used it once, Bitbucket.
And DevOps.
No.
So, guys, these terms that we are using, Bitbucket, GitHub, this are new to you, or you already know it? You have worked on it? How's it? If you don't know it, then let me explain it in from scratch. Saiti, you know it? DevOps.
No, not DevOps, but like I have a little idea regarding GitHub.
Little idea. Okay. Bhanu, you might be knowing it.
I'm not into DevOps, but I frequently use GitHub.
Okay. You have your repository, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So see, you can use any of the methods. Okay, it's not that only you can go for DevOps or you can go for GitHub or Bitbucket, any one of them. Okay, so Bitbucket is quite similar to your GitHub. Okay, we can configure auto deployment, automated deployment with Bitbucket over there. So that is on the automated deployment part, guys. So whenever we are deploying code to app service, so there are two ways. One is automated deployment and second is the manual deployment, which is supported. So this is on the understanding part. Now, manual deployment, when we are talking, there are a few options from where we can manually push the code to the Azure. One is from the Git again. Okay, so app service Git. It's not GitHub, it's Git. So app service, web apps. Okay, they have this Git URL. So we can add as remote repository. We can push it to the remote repository and it will get deployed. Okay. Then we have the CLI. So the one that we have discussed, the web app up. So it's a feature which has been provided in your Azure command line. Okay, so you can use that. That is one of them. Then zip deploy is another thing. We can use the zip deploy. And then we have the Visual Studio. So Visual Studio, again, it's a very popular one. So for the manual deployment. So nowadays Visual Studio, they come with this option, where you can push it if you have used it. So they have option where you can, deploy the things on Azure. Have you checked it? Okay, so what we'll do is let's create a static HTML web app, okay, by using the Azure Cloud Shell, and we'll see how exactly we can do. So in this lab, we'll be trying to deploy, we'll be deploying a basic HTML CSS site to Azure App Services by using the AZ web app up command, okay, and then we'll update and redeploy the app, okay. So this is what we're going to target. So this AZ web app up command is, doing multiple actions. So it helps us to create a default resource group. Then we can create default app service plan, then app with the specified name, and then, the whole deployment part. Okay. So this environment that we are going to create will be on the bash area, not on the PowerShell. Okay. So we'll be using the bash platform. Okay. So again, the prerequisite is you need a active subscription, okay, and you need to log into the Azure portal. And once you're done with the login, launch the Cloud Shell platform and select the bash environment. Okay, guys, so let's start. Mr. Anand, Abhishek Anand, shall we?
Yeah.
So you have Visual Studio running in the backend, right?
Yes.
We'll do that also, not right now. Okay, so we'll switch from PowerShell to bash. So sorry, I was talking on mute. So I was saying that, do you have any challenge with the internet part for the GitHub or any restrictions happening on the GitHub part?
I had to turn my VPN off to access GitHub.
You need to turn off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, understood. Okay. Can you just check once, Abhishek? Just launch the GitHub. You have the repository,
I have it, but I
because the next
doubt.
command. So what we are going to do is we are going to download, this code from the Azure sample. It's available on the GitHub. So from there we are going to download. So if it is blocking, then it won't download. So we need to first check. the GitHub. Just check it. Just open up the new tab and check whether you're able to access it or not.
It's
Yes,
blocked for me too.
it's blocked, right? Okay. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. It is asking you, would you like to proceed with this session? If you If you proceed with the session, then in accordance with the company security policy, SSL encrypted traffic that you initiate will be temporarily decrypted so that it can be inspected for the viruses, spyware, and malware. After inspection, the traffic will be re-encrypted and sent to the destination, to its destination. Okay. And would you like to proceed with this session? So, guys, what should we do?
Just turn off the VPN and
We
reload the
can
Yeah.
try
Like
Disable
doing
if you
Wi-Fi.
say click
global
yes, then
protect.
also it will not work.
But if you disable the VPN,
Then
I think
Azure will not work, I guess.
yeah, that would be a challenge.
No, it's working.
It's working for
So,
me. You can just try doing that. If it doesn't work,
okay.
then
No, it's not about the Azure only. I think your SSO, it's a SSO, right? Single sign-on for your machine.
we
If I'm
have
not,
disabled previously and nothing went wrong. So I think it's okay.
just try it then.
Dev, is there any possibility like we can download a source code from GitHub and then access, then again on the turn on the VPN and access the local machine through
So
the bash?
it's so again, anyway, you need to do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let me check. I will talk to your team in the background. Okay, so the backend team who's taking care of this because in the training environment we need some of the GitHub and all. Or else we need to skip all the GitHub related labs.
Yeah, I can access it now.
Okay, let's check the directory first. Yeah, we have this cloud drive. Sorry, I used the wrong command.
CD cloud drive.
Yeah, yeah. We'll try to create a one more directory. Okay. So in this, we'll try to give it a name like WTHTML. Okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. So now in this, now we'll try to run a command. Okay. So this is your directory where you will be downloading all your, the code. Okay.
Okay.
Um, now let's get into the home part. Okay. So this is a directory, and we'll get into the. So this will become my. This is like you're providing the file system. HTML. No, sorry. WT WT HTML. Okay. So now we are inside the directory, and now we'll try to launch the code. Okay. So I'm just typing up this code. Sorry. But please make a note that before typing up this code or running the command, okay, your VPN should be disabled. Okay. So this command that we are going to type is what we are going to run. It will clone the sample app repository to this WT HTML directory. Got it? Okay. So what is the code? It's git clone. Let's type it. Where did it go? Can we maximize this? Yes. Okay. So the command is git clone. Okay. GIT in small. Okay. Git clone space clone. Okay. And after that, HTTPS. So now we need to provide the path, which area we want to deal
So
with.
Dave, are we cloning a common repository which everyone's following, or what?
Yeah, it's a sample repository,
Okay.
Azure
Then
sample repository, which
Can you
it's a
just
very
give us
common.
the link?
yeah,
Where is
SJ,
it?
that would be better now.
Yeah.
Just give
I'm
a link.
just providing it.
Okay.
Just on that. I'm putting it on the command. You can use that same link. Okay. Or else wait, let me copy paste it on the chat. Okay. Just check your chat. Okay. So I pasted it in the chat, guys. So this is a link. You can use that same link. So GitHub slash Azure. Yep. Sorry. So it's github.com slash Azure hyphen samples. Samples. Okay, sorry. Slash HTML hyphen docs hyphen hello world. Hello hyphen world. Words dot git. Let's check. Okay. Clone. It's a small. Oh, I'm really sorry. Okay. The C is small, guys. Case sensitive.
Hello.
Yes, Bando. Okay, so now we have done with this. What do you call as? We have downloaded the sample. Let's create a web app now. Okay. Now here we'll be using this az web app up command. Okay. So this is our directory. So you can see HTML docs, hello world. So that's total remote connection. So let's load all the files. Okay. All of you have completed this, right? Anyone who's facing any challenge? No one, right? Okay, so now let's run the next command. So we need to stay on the same directory. Let's create a web app. So for creating a web app, so there's a command that we're going to use. The command is az. Okay, so this is a command that we normally use for the whole purpose. So az space web app. I just tab it. Okay, so az space web app, and then we have this up. Okay. So I'm in the same folder, right?
Dave, I think we need to go inside the clone repo.
In the demo.
No, we need to go inside the cloned thing. We need to say cd hello, cd html tab.
So we are already inside that, right?
No, we're not inside. We just cloned it.
Okay.
cd
Let's
html
go
tab.
back.
We could directly say html, no?
CD HTML. It won't take.
Yeah,
Let's see.
cd html.
Can we check the directory inside this wt.html first?
Yeah, that's the right idea, guys.
Okay. ls.
So we'll go into this one. Okay. So now we'll be able to run the command. Nope. Mm-hmm.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah.
Just can we try putting hyphen hyphen HTML after web app up?
1 minute. Where after this?
Space and then hyphen hyphen HTML.
No. No, that is for launching purpose that you're talking, right?
Yep.
So Dave, before actually doing AZ web app up, don't we have to do AZ web app create?
Which part?
AZ web app create. We need to create the web app, right? I mean,
Now, what we'll do is we'll try to provide the location and region. So we'll create a name of the app, and then we'll be using that hyphen HTML. I got your point. Okay. So what we'll do is let us get into that directory. Okay. And now in this, what we'll do is we'll try to create this thing. We'll use this AZ, web app. Okay. Space up. Okay. Now we'll provide the options. Okay. So let's start with the hyphen location. Location.
Yeah.
Sorry. So this is okay.
Should I type?
No, wait. Let me, location. I know it takes a lot of patience to. Then we'll give the region. Yeah, what region we are going to select? We have only one option, right?
Yeah.
East US, right?
Yes.
So let's give it a region, space, hyphen. And then we will be giving the hyphen. Now here we'll be selecting the name. Okay. So the name will be, let's say, demo 22.
the name. I mean, there we want to use the web app which we created, right?
Yes. So
then we have to
right.
give the same name as that.
The same name, I think.
I tried it with the same name. So what it did was it
Hello,
basically, yeah, hello.
hello, right? Hello world, right? That's the same name that we are using.
I used the same name as the web app service name, and all the contents of this folder were deployed into those.
So with web app service the name you're talking about, the one that we have created.
Yes, the web app service name which we created, like demo Abhishek was the name for Abhishek, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, even I did the same.
So it will work that way.
Abhishek, please go ahead. Demo Abhishek. Then hyphen HTML. Space hyphen HTML. GUI is much better, all the time. Okay, that East US, you remove that parenthesis, okay? So try it now. Okay. So URL is http demoabhishek.azure website. Demo location East US. Great. So how was it? It was quite easy, no? This one.
Dave, I'm getting an error. It's it's showing that
What is the error?
the resource already exists in location West US 2 in resource group. A resource with the same name cannot be created in location East US. So do I need to give the location as West US?
So you're using the same location. You're using the same thing. The only thing, the only what we are doing is we are mapping the code. So we are creating an HTML, website. So and we are adding it in that web app. That's it. So the
So what
process is
should
almost
I?
same. We are doing the same job.
Manjot, did you use East US while creating your web app?
No, no, I used
Yes.
West US. That is why I'm asking you. I need to
Yeah,
change
so
that to West
Yeah, it
US
has to
too.
be the
You need to
same
go with the
location.
same
yeah, it
one.
has to be the same
Okay,
location.
okay.
Okay. So we are done with this. So if we open a browser and navigate to this app URL stuff, okay, that we have. So just try to navigate it. So now you can see it has changed, right? Okay. So is it change or is it same? I think it has changed, right?
Yes, it has changed.
Yes, it has
Yes,
changed.
yes.
Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll update and we'll see the title at the top of the page. All those things have changed. Now we'll leave the browser as it is. Okay. And let's open up the app again. So let's go back to the Cloud Shell. And now what we'll do is we'll update and redeploy the app. Okay. So we'll try to update the service and we'll try to redeploy the app. Okay, let's open the editor now. For opening up the editor is code. The command is code index. So what is the file name? It's index.html, right? .html. So index.html. Okay, now I will try to update something over here. Mhm. So let's change the heading. Okay. So let us name it as you know Azure App Service. Okay. Now Abhishek, please do Control S from your end and Control Q. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay.
Can you repeat what you did?
Edit
So we
something,
so
save
we
it, and then
updated we updated 1 minute, guys. My voice. Sorry. I'm really sorry. So what we did is we just updated the HTML file,
Hmm.
like some kind of changes. So we made changes in the heading part, the H1 part, in the heading tag, and in the title area. And now after that we have did Control F, Control Q. So in order to launch the editor, you need to type. There's a command called as code hyphen then the HTML, the index page. Okay, index.html. So you can open up that, and then you can update the thing. Okay. So let us update the command. Now we'll redeploy the app with the same AZ web app command. Okay. So again, we need to provide the location, region, name, and HTML. So the same command we need to use. Okay. Yeah, Abhishek. So AZ web app. Okay. Up hyphen. Sorry. Hyphen location. Location is East US. Okay. Then name. Okay. Name is, what's the name? Demo.
demo Abhishek.
Hyphen HTML. Okay. So we have redeployed it. Okay. Now we'll check. So let's go back to the browser. Refresh it. Refresh it once more. Refresh it once more.
Dave, it's updated. You have changed the title. The title is updated.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have
it works for
changed. So
Oh
me.
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah. The title is
yeah,
updated.
yeah, updated servers. See here, if you check it, so it's updated. So you can change whatever you want. So if you want to change heading, you can change the heading. So this heading, you can change the title, whatever you want. Okay. So this is how we redeploy. We'll update and redeploy the app. Okay. Now let us clean up the resource. Okay. Once we are done, let's clean up the resource. Okay. So how to clean up the resource? So for that, the option is AZ group delete. Okay. Okay. So there's the option AZ group delete. Now you need to provide the name of the resource group and the whole thing. So we are not deleting it, but this is how we clean up the resource. Okay, clear guys? Because we are using the same resource for everything. Resource group. So these are the steps for creating the web app using Cloud Shell. So we created a web app using Azure portal. We created a web app using the Cloud Shell, which is the Bash. Okay, the command line area. Any doubts? Which one is more easy? Guys, which one is more easier? Like, if we talk about this, cloud or the portal or this thing, the apps, this thing, the CLI, the PowerShell and all.
Uh, can the cloning thing be done through portal too?
We can push it, okay, but normally we try to do it on the command line, on the clone part.
Okay.
Let's exit this. Anyone, any challenge? Just let me know. If you want, you can practice this thing again, one more time, the whole command, so it will be fit in your in your mind how to redeploy and how to do the things.
Hello, Dave.
I hope you're noting down the steps.
Hello.
Yeah, Kshitija.
Dave, this is Akhil.
Akhil, yeah, tell me.
Akhil, so Dave, for cleaning the resource, we just say is it group delete, that's it, right? Or is there any flag for it?
So after that, you need to provide the resource group name. Okay, name of the resource group. Let's say it's AZ204 or 104. Okay, and then you need to provide the further command for this thing. What do you call as? What area you're trying to target. Okay, so whether you want to do so. No, there's a term called as wait. Whether you want to wait or not wait. Okay, so there's a no or yes. You need to provide over there. So that's the whole command. So the command will be in this way: az group delete, then double hyphen name. So let's say the group name is az or resource group is az204. The resource group. So you can type it in this way: az204 hyphen or underscore rg. Okay, and then space double hyphen no wait, no hyphen wait. Okay, so you can delete it. So if you say no wait, then it will it will quickly delete without showing the results of the command. And if you want to say yes wait, if you do yes wait, it will show you the results. So this is the first. Okay, guys. So what we'll do is let's go for a lunch break. Okay, and let's join back in 1 hour. Okay.
Okay.
You need the lunch break right now, or you require it at 2 a.m. Oh, sorry, 2 p.m.
No, it's right now. It's
Okay. Okay. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy.